Sup, y'all? It's me, Tasha C. In this particular video, y'all, I will be reviewing Euphoria, Season 1, Episode 7. Shout out to my YouTube fam, and if you don't forget to like this video, like and share. I don't know if y'all can hear it through my voice, through when I'm talking, but this is one of the times it's late because due to health reasons, y'all. I would have, I'm not even set up my little area, the table, my little holder for my laptop where I record off of. So I basically have my laptop on my lap. I'm not feeling well. Make a long story short, I have a condition that includes one of the problems is being autoimmune. So if somebody gets a cold, and the slash on top of that, I have both asthma and bronchitis, which I was diagnosed 4 years with. So if somebody gets a cold that is near me, they ain't got to sleep in the same room, blah, blah, blah. They could just be in the house or just be around them a certain amount of time. Say, if, for example, you in the same car, I can end up getting sick. And there's usually one time with my illness, the HS, flares up. One of the main times it flares up like really bad. And so my body is trying to fight off the possible bronchitis slash asthma flare. So I'm not trying to CDER anytime soon or at all, period. Or so my body has been doing this. I've been like laying down, drinking plenty of fluids, taking my vitamins, opposed to medications I already take for the chronic illnesses that I deal with. And also I have a loved one in the hospital now, a couple days. So, it's just a lot going on. So this may be one of the few times I might do this. And y'all, this is like the 5th or 6th attempt that I have done this. I was originally going to try to make an auto recording since also I'm trying to slowly also expand to doing podcast. And every time I did it, it stopped, the screen messed up, or the phone, or I did an extra 30 minutes of just testing out what I was going to do in my review. But sorry about the 2-minute rant, y'all, because it's a lot to say, and y'all ready for? I gotta take this down and just let my hair breathe. Anyway, sorry for the rant, y'all, but that was just letting y'all know I wasn't feeling well. So y'all usually 9 times 10 are not going to get this angle here in my reviews, and I'm trying to get this one. Okay, it won't agree. So, anyways, y'all, let's get started. There was a lot that went on this episode, but I see how it's a transition between where you see to a certain point Rue is trying to get quote quote better, and you're seeing the position where Jules is sliding and somehow is self-medicating. As we all know from a couple previous episodes, she used to deal with the issues of self-harm, which could have been connected to, her not feeling that she was the right body or being separate. And now she's self-medicating, it seemed like, or tuning out due to the fact this whole issue with Nate. And how, this fear. And they even show a clip again going back to when Tyler was arrested, all with the neck brace on for assaulting this little Marie, Maggie, whatever the hell her name is. And going down for that, and her confessing a lie and knowing Tyler, not that Tyler, the fake ass Tyler, the notorious serial killer making Nate, was knowing that the fact that he probably has done that. And so, but still, she has not vented yet to anybody about what's going on with this, the whole Nate, and, saying, he's trying to get his, do this all for his dad or whatever, or trying to save his dad. But I don't know why I'm feeling like it's a little bit more than that. And it's easy to camouflage, and it may be a little bit more layering to that. But okay, who's ready for Nate to go? Everybody raise their hands. But anyways, so we got a couple issues. Rue, because of what happened at the party, and Rue has not been there for a week. Jules has not been to school for a week. Rue hasn't been out for a couple days. Ain't nobody didn't check in there. It seemed like, what was it, like almost 2 days later? When Gia checked in and Gia was like, "Are you sure you don't want anything?" "I'm fine, get that for long," was her final response. Now, Rue is dealing with the results of where you have episodes, because we all know when a diagnosis, besides the 500 other things she was diagnosed with when the baby was only 5 years old, that she was also bipolar. So what she's going through is episodes, and she's going through the manic thing. So I guess her manic is like doing nonstop, like watching. For some reason, they were indirectly advertising Lover's Island. and she would not stop, not even to pee. I don't know how many days she was not peeing, but this was just a struggle, y'all. Because the name of the episodes I usually don't talk about, but it did have something like trying to pee. But I first thought it was referring only to Miss Casey's situation, which it was because she had to pee on a pregnancy test. But it also refers to Rue's like dealing with a battle with depression. One of the scenes is that besides I'm about to get into Cassie's story, I'm not going to talk about that introduction first about her little background story, and then we have a little duet, not a duet, but basically a guest appearance of our own sister. Now she was in just like Rue. I noticed their siblings were kind of like played a little bit part in their background story. Their little intro background in the beginning. They were the only two. Everybody else, whether they have siblings or not, maybe you seen in the background during one of the scenes. That's the only way you knew that. Besides them knowing as brothers, McKay guy. Okay, Troy Roy. But anyway, so she's in the bed. One time we did see her that she went to go get some food, but I'm like, how is she able to do that and just holding off, not trying to pee, period? I don't know the last time she drank or ate anything, but like I said, she did get some cereal, so we'll get to that about the cereal story. But she calls Lexi, and she's putting two together. And we see, just like when she was talking about appropriate D pics, clean house, nice penis, she also goes into detail where we've seen her almost like she's dressed up like she's a detective. She's smoking squares. Got to use some water in a plastic cup as a temporary ashtray. And talking, let's see, and they're like two detectives because like this is like a imaginary movie sequence. And maybe that could be also the way how Rue is talking when she's in this episode of bipolarism, besides dealing with this depressions and stuff, and talking to Lexi. She realizes that Nate is the Tyler dude, but is thinking that Jules directly likes Nate. But she does feel Lexi was trying to catfishing, but she doesn't still know the whole meaning behind it. That the reason why this has happened is because Jules was threatened by Tyler. This child pornography, just a child inappropriate visuals. We will say that. Um, but Lexi ended up get off the phone with her in the middle after this imaginary detective scene, like, girl, you having a manic attack. And, Carrie around this time in the same scene, I know I'm jumping a little bit, was, I think was, I don't know, it was around the same time before, is asking Kate, Lexi, do I look bad? Something in my stomach. And Lexi, like, you look fine. You always look fine. Now, even though Casey's considering such a beautiful young lady, she's often still at the same time, to me, a lot of times is treated very ugly. You can be considered one of the most beautiful, voluptuous, or handsome, fine, and nicely built and everything, and still deal with ugliness, or have an ugly attitude, or either all and all above. Okay? So in her case, we go back to childhood. She was a princess. She had little jewels on and stuff like that. And then her princess part. Her dad was the type of handsome. Now your rules, narrating again, and there are some speculations that Rue is talking after she passes away because doing some research, they maybe pop. Well, I kind of figured anyway. I don't think it's going to be one of them series that they run over to college or continue on like Degrassi or something like that with whatever it may end after a couple seasons based on the way it's going. And so, but they like I said, they don't think Rue gonna make it. Or Rue is the center care and everybody's around. I don't know how this is going to end. But, Casey had one time some dads that loved the lady, the handsome that had no problem. All these women are flirting with him. They were at the baby's birthday party, at the little kid's birthday party. The mom up there taking, I don't know, probably some more Moscato to the head. And then, that was a problem too. So they never showed exactly that the dad loved the ladies, loved them all, stroking and all that, but smashing and all. But we probably get the drift. And then you got then they go to another scene because the dad never can keep a job. I don't know his profession, what he wanted to be, or what the thing is. But the mom seemed to be a homemaker. But I don't know if the mom got like some money. She came from money or something like that. They never went to that or not because she still live in that house and she gets to drink wine all day. I don't know what's going on, but she ended up was already drinking and probably drink the fact that she was jealous of his dad's flirtatious ways and possible, just a bunch of affairs, just disrespecting the whole marriage. So Cassie, like I said, was originally going to be like an ice skater, but dad couldn't afford the classes, so that dream went away. Then we see later on when she got older and she started to develop how you had, at the party and you have these, people that Quinn Hansen needs to be popping up on. Some of these, male relatives or who hug or couple them. Oh, look how you grown and blah blah blah, and hugging her kind of inappropriately or too close. And even I think even the granddaddy was up there hugging her or great uncle somebody. So already this child is actually being over sexualized, and how you have some of yours. We all have relatives that don't go near. Okay, whatever. Okay, we all have them. Okay, most of us do. Okay, I don't want to generalize everybody, but um, also the mom felt closer to say like, oh, now she called her even a woman to sing just because she decided to be. She's been called so pretty and blah 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 whatever, and but then the ugliness started to come in towards her because you see her parents are eventually divorced. At the same party where you got these predators, whatever that hugged Casey inappropriate and nobody it seemed like paid attention to that. Okay. They had an argument. The mom was sitting there till you had a red cup in hand, dancing all, their drunkenness. And they have an argument. And it just kept worse and whatever. And then the dad left. And then Casey's in cafeteria line, some girl come behind it, your mom was cheating on your dad, that's why you left. Just walk past whatever. Did she even pay? But anyway, um Casey was upset and when the bathroom first she was mad at mom, but then she realized both her parents had problems. But around this time as well, y'all um, the dad, they were separated or process getting divorced, and dad used to pick her and her Lexi up every day, every week. Then it went to every other weeks. Then it went for several months and blah blah blah. And then and then around this time, it seemed like the dad started taking this to the bottle as well too. Well, at least they didn't really talk about it, but he come from the bar. He cause he's drunk you know, basically lags off, one of the eyes closed, during going to sleep at the wheel, and heads on. If y'all seen the previews, that's exactly the person who got in the car accident. Some people thought, or not to be horrible, but some of us was wishing it was Nate or thought it was Ethan, but it turned out to be Casey and Lexi's father. And he was in ICU for 23 days, and they got him on fentanyl for the pain. And so I already knew when they said that, I knew that whatever was going in, some stuff for migraines. So, and they showed us seeing the mom's spot. Your dad, didn't get himself together, didn't have himself together. I don't know what his problem is. And she just telling these teenagers, kids, about that stuff while they're eating some Chinese takeout. So we see later on in the scene that the dad, Lexi kept trying to text her dad, couldn't see him no more. And then she tried. Eventually the text is faded as well. And then he texts us out of nowhere after week after 15th birthday. Oh, don't tell nobody after 1 a.m. in the morning. And she sits here and she sees her dad. And you could tell like his face is deteriorated from drug use. And he was like, I love you, blah blah blah, and everything else. If you could see the inner side of his arm, you could tell that he's been obviously at least probably shooting up, not that's an errand. And he says, don't tell anybody. He needs to couple a few things. He still a couple items. Because in case he was crying, like, can I call your number? He was like, no, I'll call you some other time. And she never has seen or heard from her father ever since. So Casey is trying to find a guy to love her and fulfill the emptiness of her dad no longer being there and the issues. And so every guy she was with, and this is how all this revenge porn came up, it seemed like, is that all these guys, every guy that she was with, excluding McKay, will always, and they show a couple guys she would agree to doing, filming their sexapades, not because she wanted to, but the guy would ask her to, and she would tell she even felt uncomfortable. But she always get these type of guys who wanted, who was going to go put this out there anyway. So she did that, and that was why it was posted on the first time after she broke up with one guy, posted on there. She cried, and first she had a panic attack, and then she realized, or when she gets older anyway, this will fade because everybody will have some explicit material online. And then that's what happened. That's how she has this stuff on the internet, and but she's being called out, like she's a thought, but they use the word slut on here. I don't think I have heard the word thought throughout, this particular series. But anyway, so we go fast forward. She finds out she's pregnant, but she doesn't even tell anybody yet. Now we see that she tried to tell her little crew, which who's that fourth girl? This is the seventh episode. She's at least been three times, and it's like she talks. She said two words. We don't know who she is. So mystery girl number four, we're gonna call her. She at the table. Lexi at the table. Mallory at the table. Maggie at the table. Cat is at the table. And here, Casey decides to ask them, what should I do? Have Coco? Should I tell about Daniel kissing him? And Maggie like, no, you shouldn't do nothing like that. But she didn't get a chance to say the second thing. Because Kat was like, don't make no sense anyway, because it's not like y'all gonna be in a long relationship. Maggie gets mad, like, how dare you, Kat? And Kat is like, how you gonna talk about me and giving us advice of saying like how Kat funny I Kat this? It's like you sitting here with a whole psycho. For real, like, really? And then here go Maggie, like, well, I missed the old cat and stuff like that. And you're a rhymes with rump but starts with C. And I'm surprised Cat didn't like, scratch her up or something like, but she just pushed a chair. And surprisingly, this is when we seen the preview as well, that she walks out and she's walking away home and she's just still and crying. And nobody could just say, because when they were arguing, the mystery girl said world star. Those were two words. Like I said, 1, 2. Okay, all she said. I still know who the hell you. Do y'all know who she is? Do they even list her Wikipedia? Nothing? Okay. But anyway, but she never gets a chance to say the second thing. Casey, I think Lexi does ask her what's the second thing, but they kind of talk about Lexi. Lexi's like, well, I don't have no problem liking two guys, but I don't think Casey likes her. Casey likes a-hole Daniel anymore. But she leaves it alone. But she goes later on in the episode to ask her mom that's for help. Because she doesn't tell McKay. McKay's all like this, the parents gonna kill me, football coach kill me, I got all this stuff going on. But then thinks about it, oh, are you alright? But he's saying basically like this, it's too much, it's not, no. And then Casey was like, but I think Casey would have had no problem keeping the baby and McKay would have been more acceptable, okay? But since she was like, well, let me just dream for about it. I just wanted to dream about matrimony. But then McKay comforts her like, you know what? You'll be a great mother someday in the future. Probably won't, or 9 times 10 we know it's probably not going to be with him. So she ends up going to mother in the last scene, and that's pretty much what the Casey is. But like I said, when Lexi did mention, Casey thinks that Lexi just sighed. So I don't know when they had that conversation about, well, I never, she never been like in between two guys or whatever. Case like that's because you sighed, but she never felt that way or been in that situation. So I don't know if that means just because maybe she is really shy, or either it's because, sorry y'all, that's my phone. Sorry y'all, I told you. Clear up. Get to that later. So, anyways, y'all, I end up like I said, we were on that part. Like, okay, I end up already talking about Casey, blah blah blah. Sorry, that phone call had wore me off. And so after the whole Casey thing, and like I said, Lexi, we don't know whether or not. Oh yeah, here we go. We don't know whether or not Lexi could be bi or could be straight, or like she said, she could be really shy. Still question mark. Because some people think like she really is into Rue past that. So speaking of that stuff, whatever, right? Now, Rue also goes over. I was surprised Fez, even though they cool, he let her back in the house. He's giving his grandma a sponge bath. I guess she can't see or hear, but what she was saying or hear too well. So she decided to ask Fez, can she can he do something for her? And she feels Rue's in trouble, she's in trouble. That to scare Nate, because she asked him how many guns he got. He was like, he got several because of his granny, and maybe just protect her. And he is still saying he's crazy, but he ends up agreeing on to lay it on, which is dun 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 dun. I wish Fesh wouldn't have done that. Okay, now when he's still giving sponge bath, whatever. By the way, y'all, Mouse, which should be called a gator, as far as I'm concerned, is back to I guess drop off some more supplies, and he tells again, this time Rue, stay in this room, do not leave. Okay, so she ends up, like I said, staying in the room. But the problem is, there's 3 bottles of pills. And the pills are talking to you, y'all. Okay, where's my little allergy medicine? They talking to her like the lids is right here. And they talking like it's a Sesame Street episode on asthma. And, asthma and acid. So, anyway, they're like, come on, Rue. Come on, you miss us. So she tiptoes and is able to leave, thank goodness, without Mouse seeing her. And so next thing, but at the same time, Mouse is trying to have, you know, fast push out more drugs into the neighborhood. And he trying to keep low key profile. And on top of that, he ain't trying to sit here and sell all these drugs. He ain't got the money for it. And then here it's like they should turn to a loan shark, strong arm type of situation. And sitting here talking about, so well, I'll take 10%. I'll forward it to him. And I'll take 10%. Blah blah blah. This is ain't looking like a good idea. So Rue ends up leaving, but like I said, we also noticed too, if y'all noticed that Ali hasn't came back and talked to her over pancakes or something. He's supposed to be a sponsor, but it's the actor who's playing him. Is he in a film or a TV series or something? Maybe it's that, or maybe that's just how they wrote it. But I'm surprised we haven't seen Ali yet. Hopefully he comes back this upcoming episode, whatever, because this is getting out of hand. But Rue still has not touched any drugs, but or anything, or medications. So she's doing well to a certain extent, but not well at the same time. If that makes any sense. Okay, so Bridie's good, but the side effects of her mental illness or one of her mental illnesses, it isn't. Okay. So, anyways, y'all, um, what happened is the next scene. Now, okay, now like I said, Rue, one of the scenes in between, I don't know, is before or after Fez, because some of the things seem like they go back and forth, like sometimes their sequences are. One scene is like, okay, Gia and Rue's mom now got a new boyfriend, who and his name is Rick, but he actually acts like, at least that little time we did see him, rhymes with D, that rhymes with Rick would start with a D. That's what he was acting like. Now, Rue, one of the times out in between when she was having her, depressive mode, I don't want to get out of bed. Like I said, I don't even know if she seen fast when she was trying to hold in the beat. Okay. But anyways, when she's getting some mess, and you see Rick over there, ha 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 ha. Oh, so you just sitting in your bed, whatever, all day. I hate the lie how. And the mom just sitting there smiling like, that's none of his business, but she's sitting there, whatever, concerned. It make fun of her. Then he asking her important questions, like, I heard you got a best friend. Is the best friend or best friend? And she's still trying to get on her Token Tiger Great Frosted Flakes, whatever she was eating right. And then afterwards, that's when, and I don't blame Rue, Rue was like this, you know what, Rick, go F yourself. I'm doing the clean version. I'm trying my best, these YouTube rules. But then the mom was like, don't say that, but Rick just was shocked. He didn't get angry or nothing, but he wasn't expecting that response, was he? And she, of course, asked Rue to apologize. And Rue like, you know what? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say go F yourself. I meant to say this. My mom could do so much better than you, and I'm tired of you in my dad's chair. Thank you, and all good night. So, and that's how we end cut scene. And at the same time, we see Jules is on a little escape trip, and we'll get into that in a second, right? And by the way, if y'all paid attention to the beginning episode, watch the beginning episode. Not only to have the warning about the maturity level of this show, but also the fact that they have photosensitivity. If you're photosensitive, got photosensitivity sensitivity in the eyes of what you see, warning for that too. Which we see this. Like I said, it was reversed. Instead of seeing Rue's angle when she's on drugs, and the beginning of the second episode with her, kind of more so still on Rue than Jules. Now Jules is taking that turn. Okay, so like Rue at the last scene when Jules or somewhere. I keep Rue and Jules. Their names rhyming too much. Rue finally does at the end of the episode goes to pee, but she collapses on the ground, and her mom picks her up and helps her. And then she's kind of like, she tells her mom, I think I may have to go on medication. But her mom just kind of just says, like, she's doing good with sobriety wise. But it is interesting, though, because I thought about it, for her to have all those mental illnesses or any of those type of mental illnesses that usually require 9 times out of 10 medication, I don't even think she even sees a psychologist, or counselor, or anybody to talk to about the issues that she's having. It just, I don't know, it just seemed like majority before she became sober, just been self-medicating for years before she OD'd, and that was that. And I don't know, that's an empty spot, but the mom's proud of her, but she took care of her, so I don't know if she ended up urinating herself afterwards. She caused so much pain that she could have messed up her kidneys, so she was so much pain, but her mom did help her out towards the end, so we'll see the next episode. Now, we just go last part about Jules a little bit. Okay, hope I can get this done in less than 5 minutes. Okay, Jules went to, take the train, not the choo choo train, but um, the subway, like to go back home. They don't say where area these people Euphoria stay at. But she goes see her friend TC. I don't know TC um is a lesbian and happens to be butch or masculine. I don't know. TC also identifies as a transgender person. They never say who TC is. TC's asking like, how's life, how's things, because Jules been telling her daddy, oh, I've been sick. So, but dad's like, oh, okay, fine, and she hasn't, I don't think, been replying to rude too much, little to none either. But no, she said she wasn't coming. She was going to leave and leave out, go somewhere this weekend. So she certainly hasn't been talking to Rude either. And like I said, we should go TC. TC, I don't know if this is her TC's girl. I don't know if it's her roommate, and they just, they have a situationship. I don't know. And already when Anna, and then I heard when I looked at certain people's comments, I just show, I don't know if I should look at it or not, called Tricus from Netflix, and that's the actress that plays Anna in this case. And she's doing, she ends up doing like Jules makeup. And Jules goes into venting about when she's with these men, it's like the gives her the power. She's trying to conquer femininity. She's trying to go to the next level, next level, next level. And I don't know what she's talking about mentally wise as far as becoming a full woman, or talking about also like the level, even physical wise, as far as transitioning if a person decides, a male decides to transition to a female. And because Anna was asking like, what level are you on? Well, I'm not all the way to that level. Level up yet. And but she, like I said, she feels like she's conquered femininity. So it seemed like just like Kat is trying to get control of her fit. I forgot to add Kat in a minute, but just like Kat is trying to get control and is using sex as a way to conquer and give her female empowerment, it seems like it's almost like the same way with Jules a little bit, that she's trying to get female empowerment by being intimate with these guys. So they go to this party, right? And they show, but they don't show what it is. So I don't know if Jewel, went with them, if she's snorting coke, Molly, some crushed up pills. Some people might snort as well. But when they go to this party, y'all, it was like, you got these lights, whatever, flashing, everything, and they already gave warning. People might have sensitivity in their eyes, like whatever, and possibly get. I don't know. They're trying to say even be careful, could possibly get epileptic seizures or whatever. But y'all, you're seeing it from this hallucination from Jules thing. Now she's with Anna. She started kissing her. Anna started kissing her, whatever, to go back and forth. And then we see Nate in hallucination. Now it could be because she's guilty because of what Nate pushed her to, and he's coming there and he got that same little good. Reminds me. I don't know why it remind me of like, how the guys, if y'all ever see videos, if y'all look that up, like Duran back in the day, the reflex, like, them guys either used to like kind of, how their faces was and what the makeup, if they wore makeup in the 80s and stuff like that. So he's all telling Rue, and Jules is trying to choke him in hallucination look like, because it's going back and forth. Reality, hallucination, because you're high. Because reality, because you're high, or whatever, she snort, whatever. It could have been Molly, because they made her very sexual wise, because her and Anna was all kissing and stuff, so it goes back and forth to Nate. It's like he apologized, all yours. And then Anna goes down on Jules in the wall, towards the end of the wall, Aaron calls, and nobody's paying attention at all. I'm like, what the hell? Huh? And then it goes where it's still kind of hallucinating again. So you see a scene where basically Jules is on the bed, so I think Anna was still proceeding on. And it looked like then we see Anna in that same position where she might have been up there shopping downtown. I'll leave it as that. So, but it then shows Rue, but it doesn't show like Rue that they're having sex, but they're showing Rue like she's hallucination Rue, like it's not going to end well and stuff like that. And so it's like she had sex with with Anna. And then we see like Drew got off the high a little bit, and whenever TC's on the side of us, I'm like, did TC come in later on? Why is she sleeping right next to Jules? Did she jump in later? I mean, I don't need to see my guy. Did they? Because I don't know the pronouns, because I don't know who TC was or TC identified as. So, you get me, guys. Sorry about that. So, anyway, it shows that she gets on top of the roof after she gets to the apartment, and she just like, you know what, she texts Ruth, I'm ready to come home. And she just like so shocked whatever. But she hallucination is like Nate will say like he was sorry and he wanted to be with her, and but she's trying to choke him and then he hallucinate when Anna was down on him like Nate was down for 2 seconds, but goes back to Anna. So I don't know, maybe she could be possibly a little bit attracted to Nate, or just like Nate is in her head because this is why she had to leave because she's traumatized of the issue with Nate. Okay, more so than his dad, because Nate later on, here go his dad Cal talking about seeing the hallway, like, I don't know how you got out of it. I'm probably got out of it. I hope didn't take up nothing negative from it. Nate just bumped him, pushed him on the shoulder, kept going. What's the mention of that tape? I guess he made one with Jules as well. Where did that go? Or one of whatever missing tape that CD DVD that was missing. So anyway, there was another thing. Speaking about women empowerment going wrong, Kat does decide to take that. First, she slept with Daniel. It turns out she made Googles out of him at the end of last episode, but Daniel only did that because Cassie didn't want him. And then so after they finished, here go Kat thought he even at least remembered who the hell she was. She was like, I wish I could lose my virginity to you. He like, oh what? Yeah, you don't care. He just got some. That's all his thing was. But I did notice he was just like, wow, I never that fast, just like the other guys. So I maybe that's why Kat like doing it too. That people say she's very excellent at skills in that department. But so, but she's like, no, I'm not a virgin, whatever. But she thought, when they used to go again, she thought that was gonna be her dream guy. She was gonna lose or be card too. And he like who? Like they was like, we went together. I ain't puppy love. He didn't even act like he knew who the hell Cat was. And she was like, you don't remember? He like, no, I have no idea. Okay. Pretty much. And Cat just looking at her at all, because that's what also was brought up after Cat left and she was crying after being called Rhymes for Runt. With start with a C. It turned out that she slept with Daniel. She decides to take this creepy call. The creepy guy. The screen is black. That should have been red flags from the get go. And she should have put down that laptop sooner. What the hell she already did, because that person could have got screenshots. That person might know who the hell she is. It could be some more revenge for that she can't even get out of this time. So she still got her mask on, but she got a bra on with a skirt on. And the guy was like, oh, he wants to keep himself covered. Okay, that should have been warning sign, like I said, to her. But it seemed like she went to that, especially when she got upset about the fallout, the temporary fallout with her and her friends. We're going to put parentheses. So the guy has like this voice changer saying, sound like a bootleg version of Dark Vader off of Star Wars. And he tells her, I guess, to walk back for, because some of the stuff I couldn't hear because of the voice changer. And he tells her to say he's special. And then he tells her, I guess, to pull down her skirt, because he tells her to go backwards enough where she sees most of the majority of the body from the knees up. And then he tells her to disrobe. And I didn't understand why Kat would allow that to happen. But like I said, she's going through stuff and nobody knows what she's doing as well, as far as being this webcam girl, and even denied. Just like Maggie blacked out that she didn't have sex with that guy in the pool, Mr. Tyler, just like this whole thing with Kat denying that she was, on that revenge porn, where she lost virginity during the first episode. And so, but anyways, and the guy tells her to disrobe. But she almost, because they did it from the back of her neck view, and she was lucky when she took the bra off that the mask didn't come off at the same time. And then she felt comfortable. She just stood for a couple seconds. Then she closes, her laptop down. But this was already when she got naked. She felt comfortable. It wasn't like she, didn't take heed to whatever. So whatever that person got, or whoever it is or persons, they already got that from her. I'm just like, ooh, this is not going to end well. So after that, the last scene is Fez. They run that party store, whatever, right? Maybe it was passed by the family. I don't know if they ever do an introduction with Fez, but they do need to. And whoever. What's that young boy named Ashtray, his brother or cousin, whoever he is, or whatever. So Fez is on the side, is at the store, and he, his little Maggie is with him in the car and tells her, gets him, some backwoods or something, whatever, right? Some Swizzer sweets or whatever. And that's when he talks to Nate. Nate looks as usual motionless, and down there is an android, android or negative, or negative mode and dark side mode. And basically, Fez does end up friending him. Say, like, I don't know what's going on between you, Rue, and her friends with her, but basically, like, that's my little sister, because Nate's asking, like, oh, are you screwing her? Or Baba asks on this question. He's like, no, that's just fam. Oh, okay. And then, he basically let him know he did threaten him. He didn't, I don't think, show no gun, of course, in that case, but he did threaten him, like, leave him alone. And here go Nate. You know what? I don't care. Like, you're a dropout. You're half a retard. You rode the slow bus and all this other short bus, whatever, with a helmet, and I don't care about you don't scare me. Because Nate's been used to getting his way so bad, and especially getting out of the situation he just got himself out of. He has this invisible thing. Just like to a certain point, Cal does as well too, still at the moment, because nobody's caught him all these years with his deep secrets. Okay, messing with gay men and underage gay men or transgender girls or trans women as well. So Nate's like whatever. So you know what he did? Nate sat on his couch after he left there and he was charged $5.75 for his products. And again, he got on the cell phone, y'all, just like this. Hello, I would like to report a crime. And then we see the last or second last scene where Jules and Ashtray got flushed down the toilet all these pills because the police is banging on their door. And I'm like, dang. So then on top of it too, remember, I don't know if this includes, did he take that supply that was forced on him by Menace Mouse? Okay. So that's another interesting thing too. Can they be stopped? Is Fez go to now? Look like Fez had. I don't know. Like I said, they do some good editing with the preview. So we'll just see the season finale. But hugs and loves everybody. I mean, I hope this was okay for y'all. My review, and I'll see y'all in the last video. It'll probably be up sooner than this, and hopefully I'm feeling better by then. But y'all take care, y'all. Enjoy y'all weekend, and let's get ready for the finale.